not the highlights basically. I don't know what world you guys live in, but the highlights for me basically was Blackbone's statement when he said the top 100, like basically the Nigerian, I mean the Afrobeat top 100 is just trash, and the top 100 is meant for, it's made for people that are doing, for stream farmers.
Well, do you use the word trash? Do you use the actual word
I don't
trash?
remember, but well, the way I mean, he said something like apart from the big three or four, his catalog is the next best thing when it comes to
I have my
catalog. So
reservations about
basically,
that.
even if he didn't use the word trash, like we all know that saying is better than everybody else.
I feel like Backbones has been very, very vocal about the whole stream farm thing. He's probably the most vocal about it, and possibly because he's been the one taking the sticks. He releases projects. He wants to release a project. There's also been times when he wants to release a project, and then one of the big four is planning to release a project on
Yeah.
that day, and then he has to move his own project. And I want to
Deal with
believe.
your chest, my G.
No, I mean, but I want to believe him moving the date and eventually, dropping this project, and then they are not getting, seeing the light of day, possibly because other people are, maybe, in his words, deploying streaming farms that are making their songs, get into the African top 100.
But do you believe in stream farm?
So can we educate our audience in what stream farm is first of all? Because I don't think some people know what stream farm is. So let me be the first person to do it. Stream farm is an automated system created by tech people, and it is to stimulate fans listening to a song 100 times per minute. Like it's a lot, right? It's illegal, completely illegal,
She's speaking English. Let me
right?
break it down. Stream farming is when you go to the farm, but you pay someone to go to the farm. You're not the one farming. You pay someone to do all the farming for you. So if you go to the farm yourself, you might be maybe bringing back maybe like 2 fishes, or if you go fishing, something like fishing, yeah, maybe 2 fishes. But if you pay someone to do it, the person might come back with 200.
Okay, I like the analogy.
I also like that, but what I like, you guys are both correct, right? So you're talking Shakespearean, she's speaking English. Stream farms are like deliberate attempts to game the music market. I release a track. This track is mid. Then I take it to a stream farm. I tell people, play the hell out of this song so that it begins to rank as one of the top songs in, probably iTunes or Spotify or whatever. So that's the idea. By gaining that, by rising and everybody, is being in everybody's eyes, the song begins to possibly, that's when they say to grow on you.
Artificial growth, AI.
Yeah.
So
I really don't. I really don't. I know there is stream farming, and there are some songs. There are some songs.
which song do you think was stream farmed?
You can't make that claim.
I
Yeah,
can't make
I
that
mean,
claim
you
because
can
there's no
just based on
evidence.
personal
But there are just
opinion.
some. I don't want.
Say
I don't
with
want to
your
mention.
chest,
I don't want to mention. 'Cause
Mention.
I don't want to
I
mention.
can mention for
But
you.
there are some songs that I hear sometimes, and I'm like, how?
Well,
Who listens to this?
I don't exactly think it. For me, I don't exactly think it works like that. I feel it's a perception thing. I own a label, perhaps, and I want to release a track. I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing with my label is always top of class. I always come out first. I always come out tops. So whenever I release a song, while I'll put my own original plans to say, okay, I'll do listening shows, I'll go to, what's it called? I'll do a listening party, I'll go to shows, I'll release on Tidal and whatever. I'm also going to have a backup plan that makes sure. So,
Like a true capitalist.
exactly, that makes sure that,
Sharks.
because the way I think about stream farming is that it must be a very, very expensive enterprise, right? So even if I'm paying money for this thing, I'm paying money for the leverage. I'm not paying money for the cash that it gives me, right?
Yeah.
I'm paying money to appear like they call it fake it till you make it now.
Right, that's exactly what it is about.
You know, I think stream compared to going to concert shows, stream doesn't pay as much as those.
Yeah, it doesn't equate.
So let's say you pay, let's just say hypothetically, you pay like 5 million naira for stream farming, and despite the fact that you're ranking, you still don't get called for any show.
Well, that's when it now becomes a problem.
Yeah.
You get. So I'm not for anybody gaming the system, but if you Why am I being a bad person? But if you have stream farming as part of your strategy, you need to make sure that you're also killing it in other areas. That's why you won't see young guys, young chaps who are just starting. They can't do stream farming. It's an inefficient way of promoting their music, right? But it's the top guys that can do it because you can afford to farm the streams because that way at least you're also going to be making your money from other areas, but you are going to be top of mind,
I think they also need to consider when doing streaming farming is the psychology behind it because it's everything about, especially on social media, is about perception.
Yep.
If we see your song at number one, right? People are going to listen to that song.
Yeah,
so there's always that ripple effect. So you have to be able to do your PR well with the streaming farm to get that.
I'm not one of those people that will listen to it.
Why? That's a lie. I've been watching Game of Thrones.
Chill. Let me use this analogy. When you're going to have my head for this, but when Carnival came out, Carnival. When Carnival came out, Carnival was ranking number 1 in all countries, and I think on Nigeria chart it was like number 50 or 60 something, and I was like, how? This is impossible. But no. Apart from tasting music, despite the fact that it was ranking number 1. I did not listen to number 2, which was Red Room, 21 Savage. I didn't listen to Beyonce, which was number 3.
Red Drum. Okay,
Yeah, is it Red Drum or Red Room?
I think
it's Red Drum. It's Red Drum. Yeah. I didn't listen to number 3, which was Beyonce. Yeah. So I'm just saying, because the song is number 1, because I'm this kind of person that I'm very, very skeptical about my streaming platform algorithms. If you listen, if you listen to one song that is out of your kind of music, it messes up the whole stuff.
And like that. I'm going to give you this and that and that.
And exactly, that's another thing. So the algorithm is also another thing to consider. When you're, if you can farm enough streams, the algorithm will recognize you as important, right? So they say we are not governed by machines, but I tell you, we are, right? Because it's the machines that are deciding where, who listens to what. So the algorithm sees that this track is being listened to a lot. It begins to spread it to more and more people. I don't really know much about machine learning.
If algorithms, like if stream farming is like the thing now, does it mean the quality of music in Afrobeat has reduced? Because I feel like good music will one way or the other find its way out there. I'll use NF for example. I've been listening to NF since like 2018. People NF like became a thing like that I know around 2021, and people started listening to his old tracks that I've been hearing for a long time. And that's because even at that time he didn't have the name, but when he got that fame, people went back to his old music, and his old music started charting.
Alright, and his new music became trash because that's what happened.
No, his new music is not trash.
Easy,
let me land now.
Like
his new music, because they just discovered him, so they want to listen to. Okay, let's hear what this guy has done. And his old music started charting. Doesn't mean his new music are not good. But what I'm saying is, if you are relying on stream farming, that means the quality of your song might not be good enough. Because if you're relying on stream farming, if anybody discovers you, they want to go back to your former tracks. Like, that is how I do it. If I discover any artist, I will go back. I started listening to J. Cole like 2015. No, sorry, 2000. The first time I heard J. Cole 2009. I wasn't really into rap. 2014, I heard J. Cole, and I started going back to the tracks he made 2009, 2008. Because I was like, okay, this guy has substance. There are things. And let's say for artists like Fireboy. I prefer Fireboy's first album to any other body of work that he has. And I even now, if I want to listen to Fireboy, I go to his first album. Last year's album.
I also agree with you on that. Same thing for me with Burna Boy, right? I would still listen to Steel and Copper, that album, then the Best of Burna Volume 1, right? Those things still resonate because he blew up, and then the tracks began to be, they started to make sense. You could go back down the catalog and then you listen to something of substance. But so the way I think about it is, I think if you have very good stuff, right, you would still eventually make it. The stream farming guys may just be out there pissing in everybody's faces. But so I think about it like, shout outs to you, man, rest in peace, Mobad. I think about somebody like Mobad. I'd known Mobad for a very long time. Like, I'd known him about 2016 or so. I'd known that guy. I used to think, who's this guy? This guy sounds so much like Zlatan. to me. He sounded so much like Zlatan to me. And then, he was releasing tracks, and then I used to like follow the guys, follow Mobad. Then it was when this very, very emotional and sentimental thing happened around his death that everybody now started to listen to these tracks. And so like, this guy is actually making sense.
That's how it is.
So,
if you actually don't make sense, your old tracks don't trend.
And if your old track cannot defend you now,
exactly,
then if you like stream farm from now till tomorrow, my brother.
If anyone discovers you, like basically they will just want to go back. This might be your latest track. Fine, even if the old track was trash and the new one is good, they might understand that okay, you are growing as an artist. This is where you started from. No, seriously, yeah.
Do you know one artist that has his old catalog is worse than his new one? Post Malone, you need to listen to what he was written back there.
I mean, everybody. Have you listened to Ed Sheeran's old track?
No. Does he have a bad old track?
There was an interview he did that he played one of God. I was like, this can't be Ed Sheeran. This can't. So that's just how it is.
So I think when we're talking about quality of Afrobeat, declining, like with the new era, and gains. I just feel like Afrobeat is evolving instead, and the quality of Afrobeat reducing has to do with the fact that it's going mainstream. That's the effect of
people are not making timeless music anymore.
They're not making timeless music, but when you go mainstream, that's what happens. You start creating for the masses, and the masses are what's dumb. So you create things that they will like. You create things that don't have substance.
Masses,
and now,
you apologize to you. You're not dumb.
Nah, but for me, right, what I see is attention span is reducing.
Yeah.
You need to get me on the first second.
Attention span is reducing. Like, there's very goldfish attention span, man.
Oh.
Yeah, so 8 seconds. So if you're going to release a track these days, whatever you want to say in 2 minutes, say it to Charlie, Poppy, small boy with big energy. Finish everything and say it in 2 minutes, because you can't afford to do. Back in the day when Doom P-Square would repeat, do me for 4 minutes long, and everybody will still be vibing to it.
The problem there is that for people that joined music earlier, that started listening to like music earlier, that got indoctrinated with good music, I like longer songs. There's a song on my playlist. The song is like 9 minutes, and I wish it was longer. This song by Justin Timberlake. I am a mirror. I know it's 9 minutes, and sometimes I feel like, why can't this song be 12?
That's a song.
Yeah, so unlike now that you see, if I see an album and I see 2 minutes, it pisses me off.
But look, what if every song was 9 minutes long? Right?
No.
You feel me?
That's like a Fuji thing. That's a Fuji thing.
Exactly.
I'm just saying you can't have the whole album with 9-minute songs, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't also have an album with 2 minutes.
So look,
I love Ashake's Basquiat or whatever. I love it, but that song is too short for me.
Well, the good ones are always short, and that's how you keep them coming.
Yeah, so I feel like that's how you keep giving it to people. So it's like, I won't give it to you. I won't give you everything. You feel me? I'll give it to you.
For people that like you like taking it out. That's for them. For people that like things that enjoy it, you have to I want to spend time with your music. I want to listen to your music while I'm traveling, and I'm not done.
Well, to each his own. To each his own.
When we talk about the evolution of Afrobeat, there have been new sounds that have been coming up. Afro depression, Afro anxiety.
It's just the tag. I think the only person.
What do you think is the next step for Afrobeat?
To me, the only person right now that I don't listen to all Afrobeat artists, but the only person that I can say genuinely makes music out of connection. I mean, I'm not going to mention the OGs because they've been. Omale makes music out of emotion.
Mr. Take Your Bitch.
It's not me, I'm taking Sha.
I'm saying irrespective of if it's a sexual song. I mean, if you listen to Nekano's sexual songs, you cry because it's not music. But if it's something, there is nobody on planet Earth. Okay, I won't say this because you're fasting. So, but I'm saying, I'm saying.
I wanted to say something, right? I really want us to know this. What is the next step for Afrobeat sound for the new era? Because it's a new era. Grammy has come and showed us the Nigerians, all that, whatever the case might be.
I think
are we saying more of Afrobeat with R&B, Afrobeat with rock, Afrobeat with trap? Is it what are we going? Because
in my own opinion, make Afrobeat.
Yeah.
If
Like Afrobeat should be Afrobeat. If you're infusing Afrobeat with trap, fine, it's cool when we hear it. But at the same time, like, it doesn't feel original. And at a point, it doesn't feel original because people abroad can easily say that, oh, yeah, you stole our style and mixed it with yours to create something. So we kind of own, it's like an hybrid, yeah, something like that. But Afrobeat is Afrobeat. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I mean, there are ways Afrobeat has been redefined in ways that you cannot even possibly imagine. You hear beats from Elvito, you hear beats from take SARS and legendary beats back then and now, the kind of beats they are making then and the kind of beats they are making now. It is still Afrobeat, but it has evolved over time.
I love
so
it.
just make it African, just make it Afrobeat instead of Afro drill, Afro.
It's still Afrobeat. Guys, I just have an idea. Next time we're doing is record the sickest beats ever made. Yes, we'll go down.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's samba, you know.
Addicted
Rema. Addicted.
Rema.
When did you start listening to?
She started listening to music like 2 years ago, so you can't blame her. The only artist she knows is Rema.
I said the sickest Afrobeat. You were the one that even came up with the idea. You said the sickest
Afrobeat, and you just mentioned Rema Addicted.
The beats. Have you had the beats? Called it's layers and layers of perfection, of emotional downplay. Okay, guys, let's see what this thing that Blackbone said is. I know it's cuffed with some feathers, and some people are going to take it easy. So I just feel like I want to understand what drama is trying to say.
Whatever Blackbone says, I know Blackbone's to be one person that he stands his ground. And he's unapologetic about it.
So what do you advise?
He's not. I don't think Black Bones is trying to be. He's not chasing clouds. If he says it, he means it, and just take it as fact. He might not want to mention names of who he knows are shrimp farming, but he knows, and they know he knows.
So the way I think about it is, think about the way we started this conversation. We talked about stream farmers, right? And the way these people are trying to engineer certain things. I feel like Black Bones is also trying to lay the ground for something. He's probably working on a project, and he wants us to get talking about him, and then eventually releases it, and it's it's like So for me, it's a PR move, right? But another way to think about it is that Black Bones is a rapper. Naturally a rapper. Rappers like to dunk on other people, right?
Yeah.
So no matter what you're doing, they say, look, you're not nobody is better than Black Bones, right? So don't know the thing. Whatever it says, man. Shout out to you, Black Bones, but shout out to you, Black Bones.
Whatever they say, I mean, I love you, man. I love you.
My advice for young artists is that
Black Bones, are you going to say Black Bones is a young artist?
No.
Were you about to say Black Bones?
Black Bones is kind of discouraging young artists like me that they're streaming farming. My advice to everybody is that just your talent can speak for yourself. If you said something now, right? You go to the farm by yourself, you capture one crop. If you pay people, you capture 100 crop. What if you are literally Zeus in human form? You capture 10,000, only you. You're a one-man army. Your talent can speak for you. You don't need streaming farms. Create good music. Make sure it's more than 3 minutes.
You're a young artist, but you don't have a single.
I have an album.
But you don't
An
have
album of what? Photo album.
of your bad decisions.
Photo album.
Fuck you!
All right. I mean, for me, Black Bones, shouts to you, man. They've been killing it from the beginning. I still feel like you're one of the top OGs. So if you choose to, man, because I mean, think about it. Black Bones went to fight with, what's it called? He went to fight with Vector. Although he was piggybacking on MI, but he went to battle with Vector. Vector was the one who brought him in. No, don't let us go into this.
I think it's like Kanye
So I think that will be all for today, and
catch you guys on the next one.
You might not be catching this one because this girl might not be catching this girl.
Yeah, I think it's like this.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, don't know the thing.